Okay, let's talk about something happening inside your head right now. We're going to break down this kind of wild and honestly a little unsettling idea that the vast majority of your thoughts, well, they aren't new at all. They're just on repeat.
You know that feeling, right? You wake up, and maybe before you've even had a sip of coffee, the exact same anxieties from yesterday are already there, waiting for you. It's like a mental Groundhog Day, for real.
Well, it turns out neuroscientists have actually put a number on this. And, get ready for it, that number is a whopping 90%.
So what does that even mean? It means that out of the tens of thousands of thoughts that cross your mind today, almost all of them are just reruns, echoes from yesterday. Your mind is literally stuck in an invisible loop. But the big question is, why?
The answer, and this is pretty cool, is all about how our brains are, well, they're brilliant but also kind of lazy. It's a machine designed for these loops, and it all boils down to one simple thing: efficiency.
I mean, just look at these numbers. It's wild. Your brain is only about 2% of your body weight, but it's an absolute energy monster. It guzzles down a full 20% of your daily energy.
And because it uses up so much juice, its number one job, its prime directive, is to be as efficient as possible. It has to save energy. And the way it does that, it builds shortcuts.
Okay, the best way to think about this is like a path in a forest. Every single thought you have is like someone taking a step, creating a tiny trail. Now, if you keep having that same thought over and over, that trail gets deeper. It becomes a well-worn path. And pretty soon, it's a full-blown superhighway. And it's way, way easier for your brain to just cruise down that highway than it is to start hacking through the jungle to make a new path. And you see these superhighways all the time. You wake up and boom, you're already thinking about work stress. Or you make one tiny little mistake and wham, that inner critic is just tearing you down. That's not random. That's your brain just taking the easy route, the path of least resistance.
And this is so important to get. This isn't a flaw in your character. It's not you being weak. Not at all. It's just your brain's operating system doing what it was designed to do, running its default energy-saving program.
Okay, so this system is super efficient. That's great. But there's a catch. There's a silent danger here, especially when those superhighways are leading somewhere. Well, somewhere dark.
See, the repetition itself isn't the bad guy here. Our brains are built for habits. That's fine. The real problem is the quality of those thoughts. It's the content of the loop. So what's on your daily mental playlist?
And this is kind of tough to hear, but research shows that for a lot of us, that playlist is, well, it's pretty negative. We're talking up to 80% of our automatic thoughts circling around stuff like fear, regret, and that good old inner critic.
Okay, and this is where it gets really serious. Because on a physical level, your body cannot tell the difference between a real threat, like a bear chasing you, and a thought-generated threat, like stressing about a work deadline. To your body, stress is stress. A threat is a threat. So what's happening is, when you're stuck in these negative thought loops, you're basically hitting the panic button in your body over and over again. You're just marinating in stress hormones like cortisol all day, every day. And that puts your actual physical health on the line, even when there's no real danger in sight. I know. That sounds pretty bleak. But here's the good news. This is the exact moment where the power shifts back to you. The secret to breaking this cycle isn't to fight your brain. It's to understand it. Think about how we usually try to deal with this. We try to force ourselves to just be positive, or we beat ourselves up for having negative thoughts in the first place. That's like standing in the forest and screaming at a path to go away. It doesn't work. The real solution is way simpler, way quieter, and 100 times more powerful. It's just awareness.
It's that little aha moment, that flash of recognition where you can mentally take a step back and go, ah, there it is. That's that familiar old thought, the I'm not good enough thought. Just noticing it. In that tiny instant, the whole game changes.
And that's the whole key right there. In that tiny little gap between you and your thought, that's where all your power lies. That's where you find your freedom. You're not the thought anymore. You're the one watching the thought. And once you're the watcher, you get to choose.
Okay, so that sounds great in theory, but how do we actually do it? How do we build this awareness and start making new choices? Well, it's not some huge dramatic change you have to make overnight. It's actually a pretty simple 3-step process to start carving out some new, better paths in that brain of yours.
Okay, here are the steps. Step 1, observe but don't judge. Step 2,
Give your brain some new stuff to think about. And step 3, repeat with intention. Let's dig into each one.
All right, step 1. This is a total game changer, and it's all about a tiny shift in your language. Instead of thinking, I am a failure, you switch it to, I am having the thought that I am a failure. See the difference? You're not the thing. You're just the person noticing the thought. That little change creates that space we were talking about, and it just deflates the thought's power.
Step 2 is all about giving your brain new material to work with. I mean, if you're doing the same things every day, watching the same stuff, talking to the same people, you're going to have the same thoughts. You have to actively go out and find new input. Read something different, try to learn a new skill, have a conversation that actually makes you think. You got to give your brain new ingredients to cook with.
And finally, step 3. Instead of just letting those old thought loops run on autopilot, you're going to interrupt them. You're going to poke at them with some new questions. And this isn't about cheesy positive affirmations. This is about real curiosity. Just asking a simple question like, is this thought I'm having actually 100% true? That alone can start to shake its foundation and open up a whole new way of seeing things. So let's leave it with this really powerful idea. Yeah, maybe 90% of your thoughts are on repeat, but they are not you. They don't define you. Think of it this way. The thoughts are just clouds passing by. But you are the sky. The clouds come and go. Some are dark and stormy, some are light and fluffy, but the sky is always there. It's vast, it's open, it's unchanging. And the moment you realize you're the sky, not just one of the clouds, well, that changes everything.